Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today here at MadWorldTarot. And we're looking at the aftermath of the Harry and Meghan experience in Nigeria. We've looked at it from the royal family's perspective. I'm going to do exactly the same reading, but I'm going to look at it now from the Nigerians' perspective, and really not just your average person, man, woman in the street. I'm going to be looking at it from, you could say, Nigerian royalty's perspective, the real high society in Nigeria. And the reason I'm doing this reading is because there is a rumor going around about Emma Thin. And Emma Thin is the Marchioness of Bath. She is the first black woman to occupy such a position in the aristocracy, and she is incredibly well connected because she is the daughter of a Nigerian oil, I think, billionaire, I'm not sure, Chief Oladipo Jadosimi. And if I have said that wrong, I do apologize. But she is very well connected in Nigerian high society as well as English high society. She runs a very chic show at Longleat, including making jam in handmade jam in small batches, which you can buy online, pineapple jam included. And she is extremely elegant, extremely beautiful, cultured, well educated, well connected, as I say. She's everything that I suppose when Meghan Markle showed up, people hoped Meghan Markle would be, but everything that Meghan Markle isn't. And according to the rumor, she has discussed with people, and we have to say this is absolutely a rumor. I have no way of knowing whether this is true or not. I'm simply quoting a rumor that's going around, that she has talked about the absolute hell and horror behind the scenes with officials in Nigeria certain that Harry and Meghan were both high or drunk and completely ignorant about Nigeria, society, politics, economics, whatever, culture, all of that. Many were shocked by the amount of disrespect and rudeness shown by Meghan's interactions with audiences. That is the rumor. So basically, from those kinds of people, the Parkles performed very, very badly, and the cards are already flying off the tarot table. I'm going to have to go and fetch. And I'm back from under the table, and it was the World card, interestingly, that went flying off the table. We'll try not to send any more flying, and we will tell you we're doing this reading with the Tarot of Curious Creatures, because I think we are in that space today. And so I'm going to do the same reading as I did previously, but looking at this perspective on Harry and Meghan individually, and then on their general behavior, their general appearance, their motives for being in Nigeria, and how they performed. Did it go better or worse than these particular class of people were expecting, and how do they feel ultimately about Meghan claiming ancestry and calling it home, and I'll be back, and Harry saying, oh, I've been meeting my in-laws. How do they feel about that and the prospect of having to deal with the Parkles as quasi-Nigerians in future? Is it something they relish, or is it something they're going to be trying to put a stop to, perhaps? Inquiring minds would like to know. And very jumpy cards. Let's remind you that this is tarot. It is for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, all speculation, particularly this story, just a rumor. We're looking at the energy around this story, and there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below, and a strange looking little spread which I have designed just for today, just for these readings. And so don't be alarmed when you see it. It will hopefully make sense when I go through the cards with you. Underlying energy, we have the Ace of Cups. Ooh, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Interesting, because the Ace of Cups is about trying to make some sort of emotional connection. It's a declaration very often, the Ace of Cups. Oh, I love you so much. It's unconditional love. It will never end. It will flow and flow eternally. It's in reverse. Whatever emotional connection the Parkles were hoping to make with Nigerians didn't work. Didn't resonate. It was rejected. Very clearly, Ace of Cups in reverse. That's our underlying energy, so it'll sit under all the rest of the cards in this reading. So the actual situation we're dealing with. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with the Three of Cups. This is the party energy. Friends, partying, having a good time, hanging out, relaxing. That's not the kind of energy you would expect to see from royals going on a tour to a powerhouse like Nigeria. And make no mistake, it is a powerhouse in Africa. And more and more so possibly around the world as well. That is there to have a good time. We of course also saw the Sugars, the Sussex squad that were there in their matchy outfits with their little handmade signs. You know, who needs Catherine and 43% and all of that stuff. Very tacky. So it doesn't give a good vibe. It gives the idea of, what did we say here, that people suspected, or in fact were certain, according to this rumour, that the Parkles were either high or drunk or both from time to time. So let's see how they felt about Harry's performance in Nigeria. What did they think of him? Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh, it's giving me the high or drunk vibe. There's the cup, which is always substances in tarot, and it's in reverse. It's somebody who is clumsy. Upright, it would be a diplomat kind of a vibe. Somebody who had the right airs and graces, who could communicate in a diplomatic way. Polite, respectful, loyal, say, you know, schmoozing, but not in a kind of an unctuous way. But it's in reverse: rude, sulky, abrasive, brash, hungover, just not charming, not prepared, not the kind of energy that they would expect from a British royal visiting, where everything would be smooth and prepared, little, you know, welcome notes and things like that would all go off smoothly. There was lots of flapping hands and all of that stuff, but not too much in the way of substance in anything that he said. And a lot of what he did, particularly that interaction with the veteran who had lost his leg, was so cringe. It was very hard to watch, even to read the transcript of the comments when Harry was badgering the guy and saying, have you named your artificial limb? You know, why haven't you given it a name? And the guy was like, what? That kind of energy. Huge cringe in that card for me, in the energy that I'm reading. How about Megan's display or performance? What did they make of that? Ooh, the Moon in reverse. The Crazy Lady. That's the first thought that's coming to my mind, and that's energy that's coming through me, through the card. The Moon is about weird stuff. It can be about mental health, mental disorders, fears, disruption, things that make you scratch your head and wonder what on earth was that about, because the Moon is about shadowy behavior, confusing behavior, really behavior that you just can't work out. Why is this person doing what they're doing? When it's in reverse, you can start to get clarity about the thing, and you can think, okay, I'm no longer so suspicious or so doubting or so fearful or so confused. But that's not the energy that's coming through for me with the Moon card in reverse. It's extra crazy, extra confusing, extra suspicious behavior. They were literally really puzzled by her, a little bit freaked out and creeped out by her. And of course, let's not forget, the Moon is Diana. And there were Diana nods in the jewellery that Megan wore. things like that. Some of the clothes allegedly were supposed to reference outfits that Princess Diana had worn in her tour of Nigeria many years ago. But they looked at her and thought, who is this crazy lady? That is my opinion. The Moon card in reverse, Major Arcana. It's the first real big hit, although that's a big hit as well. The Ace of Cups underlying this, all in reverse. So tell us about their general behavior. How did that go down? Was it appropriate? Was it polite and respectful? Four of Swords, good grief. It's always interesting when we get this kind of a thing. This is exactly the same energy that came through in the royal reading that I've just done. Four of Swords in reverse also showed up in that reading. Very much, it can't get worse. Four of Swords. The behavior was appalling. It was ruinous behavior because it is about your reputation, the Four of Swords. You can see this this curious creature here in the strange outfit with the bare shoulders, sort of sprawled. It was indecent behavior, is what's coming through to me from that card, the Four of Swords in reverse. It was disgraceful behavior. It was inappropriate behavior. It was behavior that should have been behind closed doors, not taken out in public, not taken to schools, hospitals, public events, meet and greets with very famous Nigerian woman, the World Trade Organization, the head of the World Trade Organization. I hope I've got her position right. Can't remember her name, I do apologize. But it's like, no, that should be not seen. That behavior is not fit for public consumption. How about their clothing, their appearance, their, you know, how tidy they were and all of that kind of stuff? Knight of Wands. We have a red dress, and we did literally, again, this is a strapless dress here. Lots of skin showing here. There was a red dress famously on that at that occasion with those very well connected and very highly regarded women when Megan showed up an hour late. So we're talking about appearances, again, inappropriate, all about the attention, all about look at me, look at me, look at me. That's the Knight of Wands. Breezes in when it feels like it. The Knight of Wands is quite an erratic energy, and so showing up late on display. That you can absolutely see from that card. You don't need me as an energy reader to tell you what's going on there. All about the attention, all about the drama, all about the look at me. How about their motives for being in Nigeria? What did people make of this? And we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Trying to schmooze, trying to form connections. Very similar to here, the Page of Cups, but failing again because it's in reverse. Trying to force that connection, trying to make themselves popular, trying to drum up support for themselves as a power couple in the Commonwealth. Not just about the Invictus Games, never about the Invictus Games, but falling absolutely flat. They could see right through it. It was hollow. It was not whatever sentiments were being expressed about Nigeria and their connection to Nigeria. Nobody was fooled for a second, because the Knight of Cups in reverse is somebody who comes to try and persuade you about something that you're much better off ignoring, and you see through it. You realize that this person is a charlatan, somebody who you can't trust, basically. Harsh energy coming through here. So was the overall impression better or worse than they were expecting? Oh my goodness, we have the Tower. It's the Tower in reverse, and I have to read that as super duper Tower. Just catastrophic. And you can be sure that the message will be going back through the appropriate channels to the appropriate people in the UK, in the royal family, courtiers, in the government, in the Foreign Office with that card. You can be absolutely certain of it. The message too will be going back to the Invictus Games Foundation. It's a horrifying card. It doesn't get worse than the Tower. Tower in reverse I'm reading is extra energy. Tower is calamity, shocking, horrifying, devastating, ruinous. We've already got the Four of Swords in reverse. This is now the Four of Swords on steroids. That there is no way back from this behavior, from this display. It was so shocking, so egregious, so out of line. It will go down in legend. That's how bad it is. This is me reading energy. So what about this claim to Nigerian ancestry, and I'm meeting my in-laws and we'll be back? How do they feel about that? The High Priestess in reverse over our dead bodies. It's a very interesting card because it's a card of secrets and almost incantations and things like that. The High Priestess, mysteries and rituals and initiations and strangeness, high strangeness. The High Priestess in this reading, and it's like, you think you can fool us? We are not fooled because the secrets are out. They know. The High Priestess can really be about bloodline as well, because it's about women's energy and what's passed from generation to generation. And of course, Doria allegedly has the Nigerian ancestry that was passed to Megain. Doria seemed blissfully unaware for all of her life until yesterday afternoon. A bit of snark there. They know that this is absolute hocus pocus. I think I can use that expression with the High Priestess in reverse. And what's interesting about this card, it's reminding me of that famous picture of Meghan Markle all dressed up in that Maltese outfit, and I don't know what the name of it is, unfortunately. That black get-up that she wore when she had managed to convince a magazine that she was of Maltese descent, and they sent her on a freebie to Malta to go and explore her ancestry, and she dressed up and she paraded around in this outfit and this get-up. You can't, the internet is forever, it's still there. I think she wrote about it on the TIG. They've tried to scrub that, but there are archived copies all over the place, which people are bringing up and reminding people about. I can't remember the percentage of Maltese blood that she claimed to have, DNA or whatever. The Nigerian ladies know all. Not just the ladies, they know. And they think it's absolute hocus pocus. And the secrets might even come out, interestingly, with that card in the reverse. Because it is such an outrageous claim, so insulting, so exploitative. All this energy in here is of exploiting, trying to force a relationship with people who don't want the relationship. That's the dominant energy that's coming through with the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then this. And it's all about the show, and it's all about the party, and it's all about the embarrassment and the disgrace and the level of crazy and possibly of consumption of substances as well. Shocking and horrifying, all attention seeking, and they know, and they know, and they know, and they say no. Very clear to me. It's a very powerful reading. These, I keep saying women, but I'm sure there are men in this circle of influence as well. These women are absolutely outraged, and they're very powerful. They may not only be powerful in the sense of powerful in networks, but they are powerful in a more scary way for Megain, because they are powerful in this way too. My opinion, or my opinion. Disclaimer in the box below that you're reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.